Welcome to Photographing the Couple. I am so glad y'all are here. This is gonna be an amazing course. You're gonna absolutely dig it. And let's just jump right in to chapter 1. So chapter 1 is an introductory guide. We're gonna talk about why we're here, what we're gonna be learning, and we're gonna give you a once over on our gear. Don't skip it. This stuff is important. It's very interesting. Let's jump in. So video number 1, why are we here? Well, this course is, again, all about the exact same mission, which is consistently incredible images, right? After all, if we can't create incredible images consistently, then what's the point in calling yourself a pro photographer? It's like Michael Jordan missing the most important shots he needs to really make. And you guys are the Michael Jordans of photography. If not, we're gonna get you there. Okay, so this course is really designed for lead and aspiring lead shooter training. What does that mean? Well, generally the lead shooter, so if you are working in your own studio, obviously you are the lead shooter, or you have a second shooter. Generally the lead shooter on any job is the one that's photographing the couple. You usually don't leave that up to the second shooter unless your second shooter is extremely well trained. But if you are a second shooter, an aspiring lead shooter, and you want to get in that role, this training is also for you. So whether you are a lead or a second shooter that wants to shoot lead, this is where you need to be. Why? Because we're going to be talking about some awesome stuff, including, well, we have gear in the first chapter. The stuff that's highlighted in green, we're going to be talking a lot about. So we have communication, we have posing, we have lighting, we have shooting. This is really the focus of this entire course. And we also have a bonus chapter on post-processing. But what we want you guys to take away is the entire foundation posing framework. So we basically summed up everything that you've learned thus far with photographing the groom and photographing the bride and added to it photographing the couple using our entire foundation posing framework. So everything is in this course for that framework. In addition, we want to cover emotion and body language. We have a full chapter designated to this. This is part of that foundation posing framework that will help you to understand, well, why a certain pose or why something might not be working. Because let's face it, as photographers, usually when you look at an image, you go, there's something about that might not be working, but we sometimes don't know why. We're gonna help you with the why so that you can know how to fix it. Also, directing and communication is such a huge part of your job, and we're gonna spend a lot of time showing you how we direct, communicate, and pose our clients. We want to teach you to work inside of any scene and to use the creative order that we have set up for our studio to make sure that you're always utilizing the best locations first. And when you're stuck with a cruddy location, we're going to teach you the lighting and the creative effects to get the most out of it. And in fact, we're going to be shooting in a conference room, getting some pretty cool images. We're also going to teach you specialized things like working with the veil, which is obviously a wedding day type thing, because most couples on their engagement session don't wear veils. Surprised you didn't know that. The point, if you want to be a successful photographer, I need you guys to see differently. People are paying you. They're paying you oftentimes a lot of money because you see the world differently. After all, if you saw the world the same way as everybody else, what's the point of paying you as a professional to come and document it? Next, I want you guys to keep this in your mind. This is another one of our quotes in the studio is, photographers, they show us their pictures, but an artist shows us their imagination. What do I mean by that? Well, any photographer might walk up to the scene and take this shot, and if you know the basics of camera and composition and exposure, you'll get a decent shot like the one that you see here. But an artist would go up to that and see something different. They might place a background light and create a silhouette with the sun flare coming through and bleeding in, creating a star flare in the corner of the frame, and just really creating an interesting looking dramatic image. Likewise, doesn't matter if you're shooting in a dirt parking lot. A photographer might just go and take that portrait, which probably would look kind of cool, but an artist might go in and say, I'm going to use some creative elements to modify this scene and to make it look like something that it isn't at all. Again, same thing. We're going to walk through this scene as well. When we shoot the couple outside in front of this building, we're going to place a backlight down. We're going to gel it. We're going to teach you guys how to drop the camera white balance, and we're going to create a dramatic image that, again, is so much more unique than the one that you see here on the left. This is that conference room scene that I was mentioning. The shot on the left is just what the room looks like. And we're going to teach you how to use small speed lights to create that beautiful lighting effect that basically chisels out her form, darkens down the background, creates a really great image in quite possibly one of the worst situations you could be in. We're gonna go into the hotel room itself and see a nice little screen. We're gonna create a beautiful silhouette of the couple going for a kiss and other interesting environmental portraits. And all of this is to help you guys to develop that creative tool chest. Why? So that, again, the point is, in any situation, no matter the time of day, no matter the weather, no matter how much time they've given you, no matter what gear you have with you, you're gonna create consistently incredible images. So, that being said, we're done with our intro. Let's go ahead and dive into the course.